Welcome to another edition of Great Health, Abundant Happiness, and Outrageous Love. Goby Girl's all packed up behind us here. As you guys know, we take this Jeep everywhere. We're just leaving the beautiful Miraval. We're just going to kind of go for a walk here.
In Miraval in Austin.
Yes.
So, we'd be remiss if we didn't talk about the fact that Austin had record-breaking weather here during our stay. So much so that the entire resort closed down, which...
when you say record-breaking weather, someone may be watching this any time of the year. It was an ice storm. Ice storm. You might be thinking like record heat or something when you think about Austin, Texas, right?
Thanks for clarifying.
Yeah.
So be sure to check our video. I think we called it Frozen in Austin. And we showed this property just 2 days ago where these signs that are right in front of us were completely engulfed in ice with icicles.
Everything was, right? Everything was iced.
Right. And I also want to just take a moment and I want to...
The wind, maybe, you might have to talk up. I'm not sure how the wind is.
Thank you, honey. I want to dedicate this video to my Uncle Louie. Oh my gosh, I feel like that big gust of wind, which I felt when, others have left the world. It's sort of a note, like I'm still here with you in spirit.
Exactly,
So,
that's exactly what it is.
Right, I know that he is with us in spirit. He had an amazing, beautiful life. He was going to be 90 this summer, this next summer, and so this is dedicated to my Uncle Louie. Thank you. Transition to the next place.
Yeah, so we want to talk a little bit about this place. It's awesome. But as you can see now, all the snow and ice has melted. It's a pretty magical place. We won't go all the way down to the spa, the pools. They have an infinity pool looking out over, I think it's called Lake Travis out here. Absolutely gorgeous. We're 2 of the 6 people that are here. They're going to start taking guests in tomorrow. So at the end of the day, it's been an incredible, special journey here for us because nobody else is here. It's crazy. We're going to come back when it's full, but and experience all of that. Like we went by this is those hanging hammocks, silk hammocks.
This is the yoga barn. We definitely want to come back and do a review on what the Miraval experience is, on a normal basis. But we wanted to do this video because, sometimes things don't happen the way that you plan them. It was our 30th anniversary 2 days ago on the 17th. And, or I guess 3 days ago now, 4, I can't keep track.
Well, and when you're saying things don't happen as planned, I mean, you're gonna talk about this weather, but the interesting thing is, we were supposed to be in Tahiti. We had all these points saved. We were gonna go to this overwater bungalows out there that was an SPG property. What was it, honey? It was the
St. Regis.
St. Regis, yeah.
In Bora Bora was the plan. And so that was the first change in plans because Jeffrey's been diagnosed with this melanoma.
Early stage.
Very early stage. And
gonna be fine.
We're going to do another video on that. And I think it's going to be entitled, Cancer What Next? Because, people hear that and they get so frightened. And we just need to let go of fear and let the universe bring in. But that'll be another video. But that's what brought us here because we're headed over to Houston, and obviously the trip to Bora Bora couldn't bring us to Houston in time. And we discovered this place, the Miraval Austin, and it is a wellness center, and they have specialists here and some secret buildings here. And although we didn't get to experience any of those classes this visit, we have experienced the magic and the sacred feelings of this property, and you can definitely tell that there are magical vortexes here, or vortices, as Jeffrey's learned and corrected me on the saying. You can feel it, with the wind bringing up gusts at odd and unusual times. And you can also see it in a lot of the trees that are twisted from that exponential energy that's here. But what we really want to talk about are the people that we've met here.
The people are great. The people are great. So we've, when you were talking about how things don't go according to plan, so we didn't do any of the treatments or anything because the people who do the treatments couldn't get here because of the weather. So there were some great people that were here on the property taking care of us and the other few that were here, frozen in, and they were incredible. So that we felt very welcomed and cared for the whole time, which was just, I feel like we've just made some great friends for life here this almost week, right?
I agree. For those of you who follow us, we absolutely love the Andes, Costa Rica. We refer to that place as our second family because the people there are just that. They're really special to us and special in our heart. And, I feel the same way about the people that we met here. And from the minute that we checked in, Sarah was so gracious to show up. By the way, here's the squirrel. Do you see him?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe you can get a video of him.
It might be too hard, but since you brought it up, everyone's going to want to know. Can you see him?
Oh, he's there.
Yeah, he's really dark. I think you might be able to see him if you scroll in, but there's a black-headed squirrel that shows up here. He's one of the friends on the campus.
And he's just so beautiful. But anyway, I want to get back to the, again, this wasn't what we planned, but this is what the universe knew that we needed. This care and feeding so that as we go into this next phase with Jeffrey, and meeting with some new experts, that we are completely nourished from a standpoint of love. And again, so we checked in and, the facility was closed. No one could get here. So the only people here were the people that had already been here, and they've had to stay here and sleep here on property because they couldn't leave. So big thank you to Sarah for that warm welcome in that freezing ice storm when she checked us in and just comforted us knowing that we were going to have a place to stay because there were no available hotel rooms. Most hotels had shut down due to power outages, and the ones that were open were all completely sold out. And then Leo, who also was there at check-in, and he really touched our heart. We saw something so special in him, and then the next morning we got to meet his wife Shelby, who's also on property, and you just couldn't meet two more down-to-earth, amazing people. And it was so evident that even in the midst of what was going on here with all of their family and friends, people being out of power and etc., they just really cared about us and their Miraval family. You feel that way, Jeffrey?
Oh yeah, it was great. The service was incredible in such a crazy time, so we really appreciate all that. And I think the other person you have to mention, because it was the highlight of our anniversary, was Nate cooking that meal for us, and we got to go through all that. We had a dining experience that was right up there in probably the top 10, I'm going to say top 10 in our life, and Karen and I have been a lot of places. Right?
And thank you. And there are several more people that we need to, mention for how much they really impacted our life and our stay. Tim, the other guests that are here, just amazing. Edward and Kayla, Jim and Janice, just beautiful, beautiful souls, and we're so lucky. But again, Nate, so, it was our 30th wedding anniversary, and the plan that we had in our mind was to be in an overwater bungalow dining on, Bora Bora fresh fruits, etc. But instead, the universe brought us Nate, and he made this spectacular experience for us into a private kitchen and not only nourished our bodies, but our minds and our souls.
Well, the cool thing about it was a working kitchen. He wanted us to come around and come up next to him and see how he was mixing it, what he was putting in there, and how he was preparing it. I mean, that's what made it really special. It's you've had a lot of great meals where someone like puts a plate, all finished product in front of you, which is incredible. But it's really beautiful to see all the work that goes into it, right?
All the work and the time and the care and the love. There was so much love that he had put into each carefully thought course, and it was a 5-course meal. And a shout out to Kaylee, who is the bartender here. And
her specialty is old fashions. Man, that was a great old fashioned. Kaylee, I need to come back here for one of those.
And she carefully selected the wine for each one of the vegan courses. And I honestly could not have dreamt of a better way to spend my 30th wedding anniversary with the man of my dreams. And that's why it's so important to let the universe speak to you. Again, it wasn't what we planned, but it turned out to be better than what we planned, because at the end of the day, the most important thing is that we were together. We had water. We had fresh water. I mean, most of the people in Austin didn't have that. Not only did we have fresh water, but we had this phenomenal chef, Nate, with such an endearing personality and so much magnetic energy, just really high vibrational person, teaching us and caring for us all at the same time. I've got some great recipes that I'm leaving there with, and I can't wait to try them at home, because I absolutely love to cook. So shout out to Nate. I hope that you get to do more of those experiences with other couples, because you were phenomenal, and it was so evident that you took so much time and love and care into putting together the menu and making sure it was something that we would love. And I think you and I have this love of mushrooms, Nate, also. So I will be dreaming about that mushroom risotto that you made for quite some time, because it was abundant with flavor and abundant with mushrooms. And then I also want to, Tim, who is amazing, and really we had some great conversations with him. And there's so many other people that I want to make sure to recognize. Charlie, who
we did the hatchet throwing and archery. Yeah, it was great. I think it was 0 degrees. I think my fingers still hurting a little bit from pulling back the bow when my fingers were frozen. But he did a great job giving us something to do outside of eating and hanging out in the room, and walking back and forth. And the ice storm was really just amazing. But it was a nice break. It was fun.
Right, and I'd be remiss if I did not mention Chef Blanca, who we also got to spend some time with when Scott, who's amazing, and did a special cocktail making class for us, again, to give us something to do and kind of break up the fact that there really wasn't a lot to do. And Chef Blanca was telling us some stories about the owls, and she's just a super, super cool person and an amazing chef as well. The best guacamole, and I've had a lot of guacamole in my day, but I don't know if it's the extra love, the extra lime juice, or what that she puts in there. I'm hoping that I can snag that recipe from her at some point.
It was great. And then we got to meet Chef Ben, who runs the whole place as far as the food goes, right? And his famous bread and his cuisine, just incredible.
Absolutely. And of course, we have to give special mention to the general manager here, Anthony. And we were just really humbled by how much he cared for his employees. Yeah. I mean, he was telling us that, many of his employees have been out of electricity and out of water, and you could just see in his eyes that he was feeling their pain and just so concerned for them. So that's our review on Miraval. We can only review the people and the food, and wellness experience, but you have to know that you're surrounded by this circle of people that are unlike any that you're ever going to encounter. They care about you.
Right, it's great. And then Harrison too, we got to talk to you on the phone. Looking forward to meeting you. He's a resort manager. He's coming from out of Costa Rica too, which is interesting. Andaz, which is incredible. Exactly. So I think that's it. I think we're going to hit the road and head to Houston.
So we'll look forward to that. Don't miss this outstanding, beautiful, magical resort. Wishing you great health, abundant happiness, and outrageous love from the Miraval, Austin. And I suspect that if you visit this place that you will never see the background that you're seeing now, which is complete silence, no other guests but Jeffrey and I. Again, please note, the resort has been closed for a week and they've taken us under their wing. Wishing you great health, abundant happiness, and outrageous love over and over.